Are you tired of playing small and feeling like you don't matter? I'm Natasha, and I'm here to help you absolutely love being who you are. Join me to let our true selves free and be guided by our intuitive feminine wisdom. Hello there, here's Natasha Koo, and welcome to another episode at the Feminine Space podcast. We are now welcoming the third episode of the Being Me and Loving It series. I know last time we talked about how can we venture into 2017 being completely comfortable outside of our comfort zone, and what is the comfort zone? So I gotta just admit to you right now, I'm in Kuala Lumpur at the moment. Usually I'm in Zurich when I'm recording these for you, but I'm visiting my family here. And more than anything, I'm definitely outside of my comfort zone. Today, I would love to share a little bit with you how I'm being myself, accepting who I am, and staying true to myself despite of other people's judgments, no matter what people are thinking and saying to me from the outside. Because ultimately, if we get down to the bottom of it, sometimes it's hard to be who we are. Sometimes it's hard to stick up for who we truly are, who we truly wish to be. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes people want to dim that and make it harder for us, or maybe even try to stop us from being who we are. But today I want to share with you how I'm feeling really absolutely amazing with who I am, despite the resistance from the outside. The story that I'm currently living and going through right now has to do with a mother-daughter type of relationship. So as I came here, I had a little bit of hesitancy regarding how I look this time. Over this course of the year, since I started all this online work, unexpectedly, I was really chained down to my desk. I was really plugged in. I was working from home and had a lot less mobility and movement than I usually would in my daily life compared to my lifestyle from before. So because of that, and because at the beginning I didn't value so much movement and exercise, and I didn't see how breaks actually just save my work and make me so much more inspired and productive. So before that hit home, and before I had all those realizations, I was spending long stretches of time at the computer. So with the same eating habits, my metabolism went down and I started to gain weight. And now I'm really fit, doing a lot of Pilates, a lot of jumping rope, a lot of Tai Bo even. It's been just a lot of fun. But at the same time, as I build this muscle, I'm growing in volume. I'm getting bigger. This is definitely noticeable at this moment. So coming here and knowing how vain and how much emphasis my mom puts onto appearances, I was afraid of what she was going to think about me, because I've always had this really, really critical relationship with my mom, especially when it comes to my physical appearance, as to what I should wear, how I should look, what I should do. It's been like that since forever. So this time I was coming here and just a little bit afraid of what she was going to say. I knew that she was going to notice a difference, that I got bigger this year, but at the same time, I feel stronger, I feel fitter than ever before. I actually feel really good in my body. So when I got here the first evening, I flew in, and one of the first things that she said to me within the first half hour being together is that I got enormously, outrageously fat. Those were her direct words in Chinese. And at that moment, I really gotta say that I felt hurt. I wanted to almost cry right away. And I just felt like, okay, I've done so much growth, not only in myself, but in my business this year. How come that's the only thing that she sees inside of me? But what happened afterwards was that I had to really sit with it. I sat with, well, can I be truly happy with who I am, no matter what other people say, no matter how they judge me, no matter what they think of me? Can I still be happy independent of their opinions and of their approval? And lucky enough, or maybe it's not so lucky, I had jet lag this evening and I woke up around 3 a.m. and was just tossing and turning until 8 a.m. unable to fall back asleep really properly. And in this time, I was playing back all these scenarios that she had of me, especially she was looking at me pretty much with a look and expression of disgust on her face when she was looking at me, and also the up and down kind of scan of, disapproval also. I was just living through it and thinking, okay, that really hurt, but how can I detach myself from her reality? So as I was kind of in this hazy state of jet lag and a bit of hunger also and just exhaustion, a lot of insights came about, and I just want to share them with you today. One of them was that when she's talking to me about my physical appearance, it's actually just her own reality that she's sharing with me. Because I remember all the times in the past where she made me to be much heavier than I actually am, but it's just not true. For example, one time we were at the chiropractor last year and she read the scale wrong. So she added an extra 10 pounds onto me and she just believed it. She believed whatever she thought was on the scale, but actually I was 10 pounds lighter. So it's just a concept in her mind of what she thinks I look like, and she's going to communicate that to me. Another point in time where I realized that she's really just experiencing and communicating her own inner perception of what's going on and who I am and what I look like was a time when we were going out and we were shopping, and I saw these beautiful pair of pants or shorts, and I wanted to get the size that would fit me. And I knew the one in my hand, that feeling you get when you just know it would fit. And she was saying, oh my goodness, of course you're not that size. Are you kidding me? You'd never fit into that. But I did. I knew it was my size. So that was another case where I realized, okay, what is she really sharing and what is my mom truly perceiving when she's looking at me? I realized that there's a lot more to it. In fact, it could just be a mirror of what she thinks beauty should be and amplifying what she feels need to be emphasized, perhaps which is weight, or if it's something that's a bit more than the average norm for a Asian woman. Whatever it may be, it was from these previous cases that I realized, okay, well, when someone's sharing their opinion of you or judgments, they're sharing not direct perspective and direct interpretation of what you actually look like, but they're sharing their internal experience and their reality. And oftentimes, that's not the same as how things actually are. Another insight I had in this evening was the fact that she cannot hurt me. And that goes really, really deep within, because the moment I realized that her words are just her reality, and I can actually choose if I believe it or not, that gives a lot of power back to me. And the moment I realize that I'm in control of what reality I believe in, what I actually wish to be true and live by, it makes all her judgments completely irrelevant. It no longer has a hold on me. Now that's so important, because the moment we realize that we do have a choice, the moment we realize that what other people say or think about us could be just their reality and we can choose for it not to be ours, that means that we can stay true to ourselves and what we know to be true the whole time. Now, just to give you another example is that I told her, you know what? I feel so fit. I have a lot of muscle mass at the moment. I feel strong. And I really like that feeling. And she said to me, well, you're a girl. Why do girls need to be strong? What's all that for? Why don't you just focus more on your flexibility? That's your weakness anyways. When she said that to me, I realized, okay, well, I can definitely reply back. And I think I did, to try to rationalize and give her a few more reasons why I was working out the way I did, or why strength just feels amazing to me, with no other reason than that I'm in a fit, wonderful body. But this conversation made me realize that sometimes when people are speaking to you, even if it's from a harsh place, even if it's from a judgmental place, they can still be doing it out of their version of love, their version of what they think is best for you, and all of it is just a suggestion. And again, the power is back to me, and I have a choice whether to actually take that suggestion and act upon it, or I can just leave it, like someone invited me and gave me an invitation. So that's another example of how other people's opinion, other people's suggestions, and their way of trying to correct you or change you, we don't have to fall into that if that doesn't feel right for you. For example, for me, I would feel so awful right now if I stopped all weight training, all resistance training, because my body loves it. My body loves to switch between cardio and yoga, something that's flexible, and then something that has to do with strength. That's just what my body wants. And if I was to let anyone else dictate what I should do and what's best for me, it just won't end up that way. No matter how much other people feel that they know and they understand you, they might not be feeling how you actually feel within. And a lot of these changes, these spiritual internal shifts and everything that's happening in our life, for a lot of people, they cannot see that. So it's up to us to feel deep within, get to know who we are, know what it is that we need, and then it's so much easier to stick to our truth because, well, we know our ground, we know our position, and because of that, you are so much better in a position to stand up for yourself, stand up for what you want, as opposed to giving in to other people's requests or just tipping over because they judged you in a certain way and you believed it to be true. Now, I just want to bring it all back to that. No one can hurt me. Well, this goes even deeper than what I just mentioned about how it's a matter of a choice whether we believe what other people are saying or not. Now, the deeper level is that when someone is speaking to us, only a fraction of what they mean are actually the words. So I realized late in that evening, as I was lying in bed and jet-lagged, that it's pretty much useless if I went into this logical debate and interaction and discussion about what type of fitness is best for me, why I got bigger this year, and everything else in between. It would have stayed on that level, and to some degree, I would be the whole time just trying to defend my decision, my own reasoning, my own grounding and truth, while she would also be the whole time just forcing upon me whatever she feels is right. Well, in the end, all we can do is agree to disagree, and the conversation doesn't really go anywhere. So I realized that, in fact, I do not want to engage with my mom on this level. I know that she's interpreting me in her own way. And a lot of times she could be just triggered by something that makes her unhappy. And me looking in a way that does not fit her vision of the perfect daughter or the perfect however I should be, that doesn't mean that I cannot fully connect with her, even though she's coming from a place that's critical or harsh or judgmental. In fact, the more someone is pushing back with aggression, with their own story, I realize that it's just my opportunity to actually step up and be more grounded in myself and welcome them with love. Because it really doesn't always have to do with what they are saying, but it could be all to do with the energy that's behind it. And if I get caught up on that surface level of interaction and in all the words and trying to be right, then the ego will take over and there will be no connection between my mom and I. So despite being called enormously fat, I still feel really great about myself because I know that I'm sticking to what my body needs. So I encourage you, and I want to tell you that no matter what you're going through and no matter what people are telling you, it truly doesn't matter. Now, if you are going through anything and you can relate to this story, it could be from your spouse, it could be from your children, your boss, your friends, or people who aren't even friends with you, but who may be not accepting you or even hating on you, please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. I'm available all the time at femininetribe.com. All you gotta do is request access, tag me in the Facebook group, and I'll be right there to help you, or I might even dedicate a whole training for you to answer your questions. So know that, you know what? We always have control of how we wish to feel. It's a choice. We have it all the time, and we can choose to engage in a deeper way. Sometimes when we're faced with opposition, resistance, and hatred, sometimes all we gotta do is actually react back with love and openness. We gotta connect back in with that divine place from within, and then we'll find our grounding, and then we'll feel deeply that no one in this world can ever hurt us or stop us from being who we are. So I love you so much. I'm going to be holding a very special workshop on the 28th of January. I hope you can join me so we can totally bust through any issues we have in our life regarding judgment and others' opinion and how we can truly be ourselves. It's going to be a wonderful Skype or Zoom call with just 10 maximum women, and we're going to figure out everything that you need to know so that you can be confidently you and shine and not feel like anyone has the right or even the power to hold you back from being who you are. So if this episode touched you, I would love to hear you and to help you and support you on this call on the 28th. You can find more information on this workshop and how to register at femininespace.com/myway. And if you are listening to the replay of this episode and have missed the 28th of January of 2017, then I will also be selling the recording and the course itself to you, so you can find that at the show notes also. I love you so much. Please reach out if you need anything, and don't forget to keep being you and loving it. Until next week. Oh, did you want more? For free live trainings and other exclusive resources, join the Facebook Sisterhood over at femininetribe.com. Just request access and see you there.